You know what? The stock market has some special surprises for you for 2022. I've been doing even more research on what to expect as we go into the new year. And I'm going to break some of this down for you. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day. We talk about how to build our families. We talk about how to build our communities. And most importantly, we put ourselves first. That is called the B1 philosophy. If you agree that Black people should put Black people first, that we should put our children at the top of the priority list, put a hashtag B in the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. I am not a finance professor who happens to be Black. I am a Black man who happens to be a finance professor. So I want to say hello to Courtney Tarvey and Tasha Fierce and Kush Smoke Jones, Reborn Empire. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. God bless you. I love you. It is always a pleasure to hang out with you, Max Jerome and Aura and Francis and everybody else. All right, so let's talk about the stock market. Give me a yes or no if you've been making money on your stocks. How many money makers we got in the building? How many of you are feeling good about some of the market moves over the last few days? You've been feeling good, feeling bad? Type good or bad in the chat, up or down, yes or no, whatever. Let me know. Let me know how your money's doing. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys doing well. I love it. I love it. I love it when I see a Black person doing well and making money. I met some brothers from a company, Nuvo. I think it's called Nuvo Financial. I hope I didn't say it wrong. And they are doing well financially, and I love seeing Black people do well, make money. I spend time at the Black House in Atlanta. That's been an amazing thing. Shout out to Jay Morrison and the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. I also have been interacting with people like Madam President and others. And Black people are doing well. You know, there's a lot going on, a lot of good stuff. Now, Yak Diesel, I see you lost a little bit of money. I'm very sorry to hear that. You may want to take a look at the assets that you own. The question is, are you properly diversified? Are you making sure that your money's spread out? Because right now, we're really going to have to run this Eagle offense when it comes to your stocks. You're really going to have to spread out the offense, spread out the defense. You can't keep going to the same play. You can't keep trying to throw the ball 80 yards down the field, or you end up looking like the Chicago Bears, who are 4-9 this year, by the way. They're a terrible football team. You don't want to end up trying to be a one-trick pony. 2022 is not the year to be a one-trick pony. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? 2022 is not the year to break the rules. It is not the year to be sloppy. It's not the year to under-diversify. It's not the year to put all your baby's money in Dogecoin. It's not the year to bet it all on a meme stock. It's just not going to work. I'm just telling you, it's not going to work. And so let me kind of break some of this down for you. Do me a favor as we get started. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And also follow Financial Juneteenth on Instagram. Financial Juneteenth is one of our brands. And we'd love to have you follow on Instagram. We'd love to give financial information and stuff like that that'll help the family. So follow us on Instagram, Financial Juneteenth. And my website is boycewatkins.com, where we have a lot of interesting stuff up there. So let me give you some scenarios and breakdowns of what's going to happen in 2022. Now, I've addressed this a little bit earlier in the week, but every time I find new information, new research, or I'm thinking about things a little differently, I like to jump in and talk to you guys, on the podcast every day. And we do this daily because Black wealth is Black power, and we believe in the importance of that. And one of the things that I have been sort of looking into is, what are all the experts saying, on 2022? The best way to get information or to make a decision is to talk to a lot of different people, get a lot of points of view so you can understand what it is. Because here's the thing, you can talk to 5 experts and none of those 5 experts knows what's going to happen. But all of them can give you a different perspective and a different angle where you can look at all the possibilities of what can happen. So you shouldn't really think of the future as one outcome. The future is not one outcome. The future is an infinite universe of possibilities that all exist at the exact same time. Do you follow what I'm saying? Am I getting a little too metaphysical for you? Am I getting a little too weird? I hope it's not too weird, but I want you to just think about that. The future is not one outcome. It is a bell curve. It's like if the Dallas Cowboys are going to play the San Francisco 49ers, and I ask the analysts who's going to win, well, nobody knows who's going to win because nobody can tell the future, right? But if I talk to one analyst, he'll say, oh, it's going to definitely be the Cowboys because they can't stop Dak Prescott. Their offense is amazing. They're going to be unstoppable. He's going to give the ball to Zeke. It's going to be easy touchdowns, right? But then somebody else might say, yeah, no, I think it's going to be the 49ers because that defense, woo, buddy, they can stop anything and everybody, and they're just so good, right? Now, who's right and who's wrong? Well, both of them are right, and both of them are wrong, right? Both of them are right because maybe the Cowboys do have a great offense. And they're also right because maybe the 49ers do have a great defense. But the problem is that you're only going to get one outcome out of an infinite number of possibilities that can occur in this game. So the stock market's the same way. Next year, you have a lot of possibilities. And the best way to analyze the future is to look at all the variables that can affect all the possibilities so you can lay out various scenarios based on what happens and which force wins out. So what are the issues that you have right now? This is why I predict. Listen up now. I want you to hear this. I predict the stocks are going to go down next year. I predict the S&P 500 is going to decline. And a lot of the reason it's going to decline is because you have a lot of what is referred to as information dispersion. Information dispersion means that there is a lack of clarity on what's going to happen. It's like when Yoda was in Star Wars and they asked him about little baby Anakin Skywalker. Anybody remember Anakin Skywalker, who was really like baby Darth Vader? And all of us knew he was going to grow up and become Darth Vader, but you couldn't understand it because at that time he was like this cute little kid. Well, they asked Yoda, they said, what is the future of Anakin? What do you see? He said, your future is very cloudy. Very cloudy it is. Your future is very cloudy. Right? Remember that? Well, that's basically Yoda's way of saying there's information dispersion. We don't know what the hell's going to happen with this kid. He might do anything. He might grow up and become the greatest person in the world. He might grow up and try to destroy half the universe. We don't know. Well, that's what you have right now. You have a lot of information dispersion. And when you have information dispersion, that tends to drop prices, period. Just the uncertainty alone, just the presence of uncertainty, just the lack of clarity alone drops stock prices. Like, so just the fact that Yoda was unclear on what this kid was going to become, that right there should drop your stock. You can say, okay, I'm not going to invest in this kid because I don't know what the hell I'm going to get. There's no clarity here. Do you understand? So with this market, there's a lack of clarity. There's information dispersion, which means there's not just volatility, but excuse me, sorry, I'm choking. There's volatility on top of volatility. Hold on, guys. I'm coughing. Hold on for a second. Okay, I muted myself so I could cough. It was a pretty terrible cough. If y'all heard me cough, y'all think I have COVID. You know what? I'm coughing right now because my wife had me eating some spicy Chinese food, and so it's her fault. It's totally her fault. I hope y'all let me go cough for a second. Hit the thumbs up button while I choke for a minute. Hold on. All right, Dr. Boyce is back in the building. We had to wheel him away to the hospital because you know it's a pandemic. We got to make sure he's okay. Hold on. There we go. I think I'm normal now. Can y'all hear me? Give me a yes if you can hear me. I know that was so weird to hear me hacking in the microphone, but I had to keep it 100. I couldn't. Maybe I get too excited. No, I don't want a cookie. Thank you. Right. Oh, okay. Anyway, all right. So next thing, base case. All right. So let's talk more about. Sorry, guys. I am still choking from this spicy damn Chinese food. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. Whew. That was weird. All right. I'm back now. Now I am getting to the point, I promise. All right. So let me dive into this. So the way Goldman Sachs is laying out 2022 is they're looking at three different possibilities. They have what they call the base case, which is a case they expect to occur. Then they have the best case and the worst case. Okay, so the best case scenario, which they said has about a 20% probability of occurring, is this: that basically you have demand go up for products, supply goes up to meet demand, inflation stabilizes. So in that case, they argue that the S&P 500 can hit 5,000, that would be a good year. That means prices would go up, right? So that's the best case, but they don't predict the best case happening. The base case, the case that they predict, the one that they give a 60% probability to, is that inflation does go up, that the Fed responds strongly. And if the Fed responds strongly, what they're going to do is they're going to start tapering, perhaps raising interest rates. Higher costs are going to sort of spiral out of control, which will impact corporate earnings and things like that. And what that might do is end up forcing stock prices down. because the Federal Reserve cares about maintaining and sort of keeping prices stable so they can reach full employment. So they don't care if the stock market is declining. They don't care if you're losing money on your stocks. They only care about maintaining and protecting the economy from inflation. That's what you're dealing with, right? So ultimately, what a lot of experts expect, and I expect this too, this sounds reasonable, is that your stock prices are going to kind of deflate next year. And and what they're recommending is investment in stable companies that are solid, big S&P 500 companies like a Coca-Cola maybe, or a Nike, or a Google or something like that. Google's come up a lot in terms of stocks that are really good for next year. What will probably get killed are your crazy cryptos, your Dogecoins, your Shiba Inus. Also, your meme stocks are probably going to get killed. And we've already talked about that, so I won't readdress that too much. And yeah, some of y'all are asking if I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. I promise. I do not have I ain't got the Rona. I'm just over here choking because sometimes that happens. All right. So the last case scenario, which would be the worst case scenario, is that supply is increased, but it comes in too late to meet declining demand, that consumers sort of stop buying things because inflation is too high. Inflation right now is kind of out of control. And ultimately, the question is, can they get it under control in time for the Fed to not kind of freak out? Well, what's interesting is that if demand drops, then the Fed isn't going to try to really necessarily control inflation. They might actually continue with quantitative easing, which is what they've been doing to increase the money supply to boost the economy. However, earnings end up going down because without consumer demand, without you guys going out and spending money, companies can't make money. In that case, you see the S&P 500 really drop quite a bit. So the expectation is that inflation is still going to be strong. They're going to have to sort of lasso it in, but corporate earnings are still going to be strong. They're going to grow by maybe about 10% next year. The S&P 500 hits a multiple of about 18 to 19 for the price earnings ratio, and that drives you to about 4,400 for the S&P. So ultimately, what you're going to find is most likely a drop in your stock prices for next year. And so, the summary of all this is stable companies. Stable companies are what you want to invest in. That's what's most likely going to protect you in 2022. Also, you want to be diversified. You want to have your money spread out. Don't put all your money in one or two stocks. That's not typically the best approach. GL's asking about semiconductors. Sure, I think semiconductors can be fine. But I would do it. Whatever industry you go into, I would diversify. I wouldn't try to just pick one company. Okay, guys. So anyway, sorry about about all the coughing. Oh my God, I just started choking. I couldn't stop myself. But anyway, for those of you that are in the Dr. Boyce book club, just know Wednesday night we're not going to meet because I'm going to be on an airplane. So let's meet Thursday night. I sent you all the new link. So tomorrow night, Thursday at 8:30, we're going to meet for the Dr. Boyce book club. Or excuse me, Thursday night, we're going to do Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. That's what we're reading right now. We're analyzing that book. If you'd like to join the book club, just go to boycewatkins.com and look for the Dr. Boyce book club on boycewatkins.com. You can join for free. We're breaking down this book. I've done about 24 lectures on Dr. Claude Anderson's books that are, I think, are good and that allow you to understand what's going on in the books. So if you want to listen as opposed to read, this might be a good thing for you. So feel free to go and join us in the book club. So if you go to boycewatkins.com, you can find all the information that's there. Also, the Black Crypto Club meets on Thursday as well. So you can feel free to take a look at that as well. It's also on the website. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Let me go off somewhere and finish choking. And I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you. Love you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care. Peace.